Jesus, Jesus, how I trust him, how I proved him more and more. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, oh, for grace to trust him more. Jesus, Jesus, how I trust him, how I proved him more and more. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, oh, for grace to trust him more. I'm so glad I learned to trust him. Precious Jesus, Savior, friend. And I know that he is with me, will be with me to the end. Jesus, Jesus, how I trust him, how I proved him more and more. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, oh, for grace to trust him more. Jesus, Jesus, how I trust him, how I proved him more and more. Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, oh, for grace to trust him more. Oh, for grace to trust him more.
And they were singing songs here from something like this. They say, you know, we've come this far, my friend. See, y'all know those songs. Leaning on, say, leaning on the Lord. And you know we're trusting.
What up? 1047.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Join Andy Williams, Michael Kerr, and Lennox Smith, the Ground Report team on M1047, as they rip apart the lies, half-truth, and misinformation that the mainstream media never discuss. The Ground Report. Hard-hitting, informative, undiluted, uncompromising, and unfiltered. Monday to Friday on M104.7 FM. Get the raw facts before making any life-changing decisions. Only on The Ground Report.
David Guide and Son Funeral Services, with locations in High Street, Siparia, Port of Spain, Couva, San Fernando, and Point Fortin. David Guide and Son Funeral Services is the choice for you. Having to lose someone you love is already hard, so funeral services and arrangements should be made easy. And at David Guide and Son, that is what we guarantee. We guarantee our customers exclusive services at affordable prices. Our services include funeral pre-arrangement packages, casket customization, great customer service, the latest in body preparation technology, and the best fleet of vehicles to give your loved ones the send-off they deserve. With 5 convenient locations located nationwide, feel free to call or visit us today. With full packages starting from as low as $7,500, call David Guide and Son Funeral Services today. Distinctive, not expensive.
Are you stressed and worried by problems? Then meet Priest Santosh Ji. Priest is specialized in palm, face, photo, date of birth reading, and gives solutions to problems in marriage, relationship, love, business, job, health, and removes all black magic, negativity, bad luck permanently, and gives good luck and lifelong protection. Then call Priest Santosh Ji 384-3844. That's 384-3844.
Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. Shop at ADC Supermarket, Cleaver Road. A very comfortable and clean environment. These prices are unbelievable. Come see for yourself. We have the best alcohol prices. Don't miss out. Get those specials on liquor. Put food on your table with ADC Supermarket, conveniently located at number 4 Cleaver Road in Arima. Every Friday and Saturday is real vibes and live entertainment from your very own DJ Christian on Friday and Saturday. Everyone is talking about ADC Supermarket. Shop in comfort and in a clean environment with the best prices for all your grocery needs. Secure parking. Remember, free delivery. Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. ADC Supermarket, number 4 Cleaver Road in Arima.
When Carnival is done, it's a bilingual bacchanal not to miss.
Mr. Maduro,
President Nicolas Maduro,
you are before the court because you're sending Venezuelan woman to Trinidad to thief people. Man, how do you plead?
No, chico, no fui yo. Fue la mano derecha del honorable primer ministro.
Interpreter, what it is he said?
Your Honor, he said it wasn't him. It was your Prime Minister, right-hand man.
The annual Alternative After Carnival Festival. 2 persons on 1 ticket, 3 shows only. Friday, February 16th at 7 from 8 p.m. Saturday, February 17th from 8 p.m. And on Sunday, the 18th of February from 6 p.m. Napa in Port of Spain. For more information, call the 24-hour hotline at 774-5555. The annual Alternative After Carnival Festival. With all the bacchanal and confusion you want and need.
Jab jab in the band, KFC on the stage, jab jab on the street. We ready, saving for the mass, saving for Jubilee. KFC is the way. Everybody come for the jab jab box, KFC jab jab box. For savings and carnival, our passion is golden. Every moment brings out the best in us.
This carnival, get a jab jab box, 1 piece of chicken, 1 regular fries, and a biscuit for only $25. KFC, it's finger licking good.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Disclaimer. More FM Limited, its owners and associates, accepts no responsibility for statements made by the talk show hosts or their guests. More FM Limited does not endorse any of the information provided during this commercially booked segment as the truth. That you have to judge for yourself. We, however, reserve the right to question statements made. But in this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and corruption, it is sometimes hard to get the truth. But we must try. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech, to voice our opinion, and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of others.
I was going to the Oval one evening and I stopped as it was drizzling and a radio station was on. And on that radio station, which wasn't my favorite station, but it was on in the vehicle I was in, a most vulgar and outrageous radio program was on the airwaves called The Ground Report. You all remember that? In that report, it was the nastiest, dirty. As a matter of fact, what caught my attention was how filthy the program was on our airwaves. And I was asking myself, how could this be permitted on the airwaves of Trinidad and Tobago? Election or no election. And it was all about me and my father and my mother and this, and I had raped this and I had done that, and the Ground Report. They want to know what the plan is? The plan is to put an end to this. And annoying me in the intervening period. You know what time I get up in the morning? I go to bed between 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I get up at daybreak. And when I get up nervous many times. Because what's going to happen to us as a people today? And all of a sudden they're concerned about debt in the country. They're concerned about who hungry. They're concerned about who's starving. They're concerned about... Just give me a break. Thank you very much.
Next time you're talking with someone who doesn't think it's a problem that more and more of the nation's wealth and income are going to the top.
You have to find a way that you encourage the rich to get richer, because in getting richer, they create opportunities for the poor.
Mention these 7 economic fundamentals. Number 1, workers are consumers. Number 2, consumer spending accounts for 70% of all economic activity in the United States. Number 3, people at the top spend a much smaller portion of their incomes than people in the middle class and below. Number 4, so when most of the economic gains go to the top, there's not enough purchasing power to keep the economy moving. Number 5, which means that in order to have sufficient demand for goods and services, a larger share of total income has to go to the middle class and the poor. Number 6, which requires a higher minimum wage, a bigger earned income tax credit, lower taxes on the middle class and the poor, financed by higher taxes on the wealthy, and stronger unions capable of negotiating higher wages. 7, these don't hurt the wealthy. It's not a zero-sum game. In fact, the wealthy will do better with a smaller share of a rapidly growing economy than they're doing now with a large share of an economy that's barely growing at all. These are the 7 economic fundamentals.
I must stop you here. I was trying to follow you, but you're losing me. Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
The withdrawal of the claim was of such obvious public importance and controversy because it was announced by the Attorney General himself, not Petrogen, which is a bit odd. The Attorney General, as you'll see from the press statement, uniquely referred himself to the Law Association for his handling of the case. Why on earth would you do that? The Petrotrin is a state-owned company and a major employer, spending and losing public money. And one point which you haven't been told of because Mr. Ramrob is, but I'll fill this in, is Petrogen has now fired all its staff. It was one of the largest employers in Trinidad. 6,000 staff were fired, which for Trinidad is a huge loss. And all of this was a direct consequence of the financial mismanagement which resulted in this litigation concerns. It is naturally a very real concern for people in Trinidad. More specifically, people are asking themselves, why was a claim to recover £97 million of public money withdrawn? What was the justification for that? And that's made worse when the failed project caused Petrotrin to lose US $3.3 billion in losses and led to the collapse to which I just referred. That, for Trinidad, is big money.
Hi, my name is Gary Aboud. I am the Corporate Secretary of Fishermen and Friends of the Sea, Trinidad and Tobago. We went under the Freedom of Information to the Ministry of Energy and we got the exact data. For 4 years, Petrotrin did not rely on government subventions. So 2016, 17, 18, Petrotrin were not given 1 penny from central government. But yet the Prime Minister and members of his cabinet kept speaking about Petrotrin like that they were going to sing the national economy, saying that if they were kept going, they would lose $2 billion a year.
The government is not closing down Petrotrin. And in case you were just opening your fridge and you didn't hear that when you closed the door, let me repeat it. The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrin.
Dr. Ali said the single payment of a US $850 million bond, which matures in August 2019, plus the $700 million that the company is due to repay shortly after, was the basis on which he knew decisive action on Petrotrin's future could no longer be put off.
In short, the Petrotrin fix was always seen to be bad for politics and even one's political survival. But we have arrived at a place now where its ongoing failure threatens the national survival. The refining assets of Petrotrin can now be put in a separate company for opportunity attention. the OWTU will be given the first option to own and operate it if they wish.
So when people talk about Petrotrin bringing in US dollars, that is a completely false narrative. It was not a net earner of foreign exchange. It was draining the country's reserves.
But then, if that were true, and Dr. Rowley's statements were genuine, then why is there no evidence of any subvention to keep the company afloat in 2016, 17, and 18? And when they were paid in 2019, $1.2 billion from the Ministry of Finance, that was specifically to pay severance. So, are we being run by a government with integrity? Is the public interest being served by officers duly elected who are concerned about the welfare of the least privileged, or are they ambitiously seeking to become the most privileged? These are serious questions, and for those of you who listen to our presentation, I beg you to answer in your heart and in your conscience. When you go to the hospital and see sick people waiting 10 hours, how do you feel? When you go to take a bus and the bus doesn't come, how do you feel? When you drive on the road and you break your axle because the road isn't repaired, when you see WASA paying $1.5 million a day for salt water, desalinated water, and you see so much leaks, how do you feel? When you see a Prime Minister passing legislation that himself and the President should be paid their full salary for the duration of their lives as pension, but everybody else gets less, how do you feel? When you are lied to and have to pay triple for the price of oil and gas, when we had a company that could have produced and exported and kept our economy on a robust and vibrant status, how do you feel? When you see a private company that is secret, that no one knows who the owners are, making $400 and $500 million a year selling oil and gas to ships, profits that should have been going to the national treasury, how do you feel? When the application for that company was made 6 months before Petrotrin closed, when the applicants, Dr. Rowley's close friend, would not have known or should not have known of the planned closure of Petrotrin. When you are lied to and told that Petrotrin is sinking the economy, when for 3 consecutive years not a penny was paid in subventions, how do you feel? Well, for me, I feel like everybody's going to want to give me licks because they're going to say I should keep quiet, don't interfere with the bigwigs, they will kill me, they will shoot me. But I feel sad when I see children fighting that don't have proper education, when I see people suffering, pensioners, when I see the Blind Welfare Association underfunded, PAVI, I don't feel good, I don't feel proud, I don't feel patriotic. And I call on you to say something, speak about this video, share this video. Thank you for listening.
Yes, indeed. The Merry Monarch, of course, has passed and gone. The stage is now being dismantled. And I'm talking about a sort of a figurative stage because if I have to be realistic, of course, the stages, because clearly all over Trinidad and Tobago, the Merry Monarch did in fact had its presence or their presence. And as of course, yes, indeed, and as a consequence, we have to, but of course, today is supposed to be a somber, a very holy, a very auspicious occasion because for the Christian community, it marks the beginning of the lengthened period where, of course, sacrifices are made, and of course, we to that what I consider to be supreme entity. And of course, later down the road, next month, we have, of course, the Shouter Baptist holiday. And of course, all of these are really are of religious significance. And I trust that renewal, introspection, and all of the other, what I consider to be moral and ethical high standards and standings will now be contemplated after, of course, the, what I consider the debauchery and the playing and the frolicking and the festivities and of course the use of alcohol, etc., etc. I trust now the Lenten season will now have people renew their commitment to a more sacred and what I consider to be sustainable active. Of course, I take note as well that there are those who are going to be crying this morning, and there are those who are going to be laughing all the way to the banks, and there are those who may be wondering if they have to go to some gynecologists to find out whether or not this morning, largely because of maybe overdoing or an overindulgence, and found him or herself in a situation where 9 months from now a human being may well be in the making, but unplanned. And I think that is something that we had a duty and responsibility to warn about, and we did in fact do our duty both here on the Ground Report and on other platforms, including of course Real Media and the Observer, as well as of course the Corridor Transformation. So I want to thank of course all the persons who would have made contributions right through the carnival, and we did some highlights of it, but we know that we have to face reality this morning, Ash Wednesday morning, and therefore we kept of course the reality alive across the various period from Saturday right on to last night on the Corridor Transformation from 8 to 10 o'clock. So I want to thank all of the persons who made contributions, and in fact I saw some exceptional contributions, but more importantly, we wanted to tell the visitors that all is not right in Trinidad and Tobago, that we have a government that clearly has lost its way, and there is a need for the resuscitation or the revival of democracy in this country. And what they have done is capture government and of course weaponize it against the people, and all of the frolicking and all of the showboarding, if you want to call it that, are merely fiction of their imagination that they want of course to impose on the people, so that we have a false sense of complacency, utopia, etc., etc. At the end of the day, it is about property tax, it is about increasing electricity, and it has been, of course, the reduction in subsidies that has created a tumultuous increase in cost of living, standard of living, quality of life, and a level of murders and crime and criminality, and of course young people in a state of total and absolute and abject hopelessness as we witness the unfolding of a very draconian, as well as what I consider to be pernicious, as well as Machiavellian style politics in Trinidad and Tobago. A total nothing that we expected, nothing that we would accept as a people. And as we have said on the ground report and elsewhere, it will be a long, hot 12 months for this administration if it does not do the moral and ethical thing. And I do not expect, because they are devoid of moral and ethical standards. The power is the name of the game. Their raison d'etre, their reason for existence is acquiring at any means immoral and unethical access to power in this country, so that they could, of course, utilize our resources to say who must eat and who mustn't eat, literally, and at the same time engage in activities that are inimical to the interests of Trinidad and Tobago in the process. That being as it is, of course, I want to open up the lines very early this morning. Diego, I am extremely concerned, and if you are experiencing what is happening in studio here, and our apology in a yes, indeed. I trust that the reception is better now. As I said, I was experiencing a little difficulty there.
Shiny and Ari Restaurant is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. 67 Western Main Road, St. James, opposite Standards. Serving local breakfast items like sada, fry bake, roast bake, and pies. With all your favorite local fillings. Assorted lunches available from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Get pilau for $25 or get combination lunches from $20 to $40.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Specials as well as crab and dumpling. From 6 p.m. have dinner on the pavement a la carte with burgers, fry nuggets, gyro, and just about anything you can think about. Call 382-9347 to place your order. Shiny and Ari, Main Road, St. James, open 7 days a week.
The big question today, how much will my electricity bill increase? Stop worrying. Act now. Replace your bulbs with energy efficient LED bulbs now available at Trinity Light. When you purchase 4 60-watt LED bulbs for $112.50, you get 2 absolutely free. That's right, absolutely free. Or purchase 3 100-watt LED bulbs for the same price and get 1 100-watt LED bulb free. Trinity also has the following options. Purchase 2 4-foot LED tubes or 1 8-foot or 2 LED colored bulbs for the same price, $112.50. At Trinity, we also stock specialty items and a wide range of electrical supply for all your household, medical, marine, commercial, and much more. Any hard to find bulbs or parts, we can source it locally or internationally. Check us out at 123 Western Main Road in St. James. Call 628-8373, WhatsApp 461-8620, or email trinityetc@yahoo.com.
Hey, you! Yes, you! Need quality printing at affordable prices? Then look no further. At Graphic Source, we've got you covered. Take your project to the next level for all your designs and printing needs. From t-shirt printing to labels, signs, and banners. Look no further. Business stamps, flyers, tickets, and invites, just to name a few. With 2 convenient locations. Eastern Main Road, St. Augustine, opposite Massey Stores. And Arima Shopping Center, Broadway Street, Arima. Contact us today. 342-2664, 270-0428, or 360-8917. Graphic Source, your #1 source. You name it, we design it and print it.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life, because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
The rainy season is here, so be weather smart and change your tires to handle the nation's wet roads. After all, you don't want to be the one to cause any accidents, do you? So why not check out Racetrack Wheels right now? They're the only one that gives you quality tires to hold the road properly. And to top it off, Racetrack Wheels carries all sizes of tires for all makes of vehicles. They are the sole distributors for Salem and Achilles tires. These tires carry a full manufactured warranty and is the #1 tire for comfort and performance in this rainy weather. We have the latest rims in all sizes, all at drastically low prices. We also do blank wheels that could be drilled to your vehicle specification. It's all about new technology and keeping ahead of the game.
So hurry on down to Racetrack Wheels, 3 locations. 330 Eastern Main Road, Aruca, 82 Bethany Road, Bucco, Tobago, and 64th Southern Main Road, Chase Village. Or call 285-9168.
So my friend, take it from me and be weather smart this season and change your tires right now at Racetrack Wheels.
This season of Lent, get more options from Royal Castle with their 3 tasty meal specials. Meals made with the freshest fish, seasoned with the Castle's appetizing Trini ingredients and cooked to golden perfection. Choose from the fish combo, 2 succulent pieces of fish, 1 side and a 16-ounce soft drink, or the fish sandwich combo of a tender, tasty sandwich, 1 side and a 16-ounce soft drink, or even a flavorful veggie combo option of a sandwich, a side and a 16-ounce soft drink. Get more options from Royal Castle, our culture, our taste for Lent.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
when, of course, you know how it is when in preparation to leave, to move, things get kind of topsy-turvy, and then you have the chaos before you get the calm. Like, that is the period in which we are experiencing this, of course, disruption this morning. But of course, we are preparing, of course, to move to our George Street facility. Things have to be disconnected, etc., etc. So you will bear with us, bear with me this morning as we, of course, try to be as efficacious as possible in the challenging circumstance that we have found ourselves. Being as it may, of course, we open up the lines. The lines. I think I should cease, of course, making my commentary and get you involved. Of course, the numbers to call 229 0251 229 025 or 239 5120 or WhatsApp us. That might be much more convenient for many of you. You can get us at the number, call us or WhatsApp us, meaning that leave a voicemail 33053 366 3053. All right, I will try to, of course, take your calls now, and I will, in between, of course, give my observations as to that situation in Tobago. Wow, I'm seeing it, of course, dropping and right before my eyes. So please forgive me. So the lines are open. We'll take your calls and try to get as much as possible. The period is ephemeral, is temporary, and will not occur, of course, anytime soon again. Yes. Good morning.
Morning, Lennox.
Good morning.
Good job, well done. And Andy, good morning to Andy and Mikey K. Well, for the carnival, I sat down home and I watched what was happening on TV now. But oh God, like this place, more naked, right through. Some of the panties stick up, going right through. Well, Lord, is a certain naked mass, but we will do all that is the carnival thing. But what I have to say, and I saw plenty young people took part in the competition, and it was nice to see so much of young people really took part. And you know, like the people you tell yourself will come up a little higher, more on top. They didn't make it. You understand? So that was one thing about it. I don't really have much to say because carnival, long time I used to really enjoy it. I used to take the children out with me like a basket, go and sit down and enjoy it. But no place now, man. No place is just a set up. Nakedness you're seeing right through, and this, oh God, it's ridiculous. So I just locked on and listening, and good job, well done. Keep it up. Keep it up, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Of course, the lines are open. And we'll do less. I want to do less talking and give you as much time as possible this morning because, as I said, in the process of having to move, there will be this disruption. You will appreciate, and therefore some of the experiences you would hopefully be able to tolerate, possibly until tomorrow, when, of course, we'll be at least partially settled. We go to the lines. You are at the helm at this point in time. The numbers to call for the new callers, and for those of you who are departing today or sometime later down in the week, because you have come, you have seen, you have discovered, you have partake, and now you're leaving in one piece. Of course, we will examine, I'm sure, some of you, whether the ministers is overly optimistic, or is it that is a realistic assessment as to the violence during the course of at least the last 2 days in particular. 229-0251, 229-0251, 239-5120, 95120, and of course WhatsApp. You can leave a message, of course, to tell us how you feel. 663-3053, 366-3053. We go to the line. Press, good morning.
Good morning, Lennox.
Good morning to you, my friend.
How are you going, my brother?
Melas could be in this circumstance.
All right, I listen to your discourse, and you're getting a little break up in the program they're coming across because we started to pack up right now is where this KRL cleansing and you're getting a little distortion, but I hear you say you're going to sort it out, right?
Yes, yes.
And Andy, good morning if you're listening, Mikey K, all the people who make it possible for talk show in this country. I just wanted to say, my front burner this morning is to make the people never lose focus on our agenda as a generation, as people. Don't lose our focus. Fetch done, and we work now begun. To all the foreigners who are on board, I hope you all had a wonderful time, you know. Well, I didn't see no such a violence and thing through Port of Spain, so I hope that was good for everybody to see. You understand? I don't know what's going with that because, you know, I'm doing a little business in Port of Spain, and around my side was real cool. The only thing I find Monday, I want the MP, Mr. I think it's Scotland is his name, right? The MP behind the bridge, right?
Yes, Port of Spain South.
Yes. To the people who support the MP and the PLM especially, you see when it's carnival time, you see where that Kambule does start, you see for Juve, once NCC is involved in the carnival and taxpayers' money and the private sector is part of thing, MP make it a priority for all these bands to pass through as part the carnival started, because money, it was very there and that end, right? We want to get our part clear if we want our part of the culture to stay on base. You see where the Kambule, where everybody just come out for the Kambule, right after the Kambule, everything gone down Arpita Avenue and all the we want to cut out that. We want to cut out that, right? We just need to do that. Don't do behind the bridge that. Don't just give me no thing. We know your yesterday, we see the ban and them pass yesterday, but we want it Monday and Tuesday. And to all the beach goers and the people who moving on the road, so the people be safe, watch the alcohol, watch how you're going in the sea. I see some kind of small bunks all over the place that ain't making no sense at all, and that is drunk driving. Okay? So, good morning. Stay up.
Yes, yes, indeed. And I share your view. So we insisted that that happens. That there should be, of course, a special attention. Good morning. We go back to the lines. Good morning.
Yellow of the Bellman.
Good morning to you.
Yes, sir. Morning to Andy. Andy forever, backward never, brother. To Mikey and the rest of the team, Trinidad and Tobago. Well, my observation and my hurt for the carnival was this country divided with the north and the south. The next one I watch the amount of water and the amount of water truck I see in Port of Spain wetting down the place like if it's flooding. I sit down by my television and I'm watching what's going on. And I don't hear suffering for water. No water in the pipe. No water for the people in the south. The people in the north, they not so have a right to vote PNM right through, you know. PNM concerned about all you know. They ain't concerned about the people in the south. People in the south suffering for water. They can't get water. But water wasting in town, wet me down. You understand? And then they go to and say we had a nice carnival. Fear-free carnival. No crime, no this, no that. But you're creating crime for the people in the south. You understand? For we to go further. So this is my observation for the carnival. You understand? Port of Spain had it real good. You know, the people think and them half, not only half, 3/4, who submits of them naked people on the street. The country divided. Wassa, the same water you have in Port of Spain, just in a quarter that's a force in the south now. And I think things going to be different. We could see the difference. The country divided. The East-West corridor, they have it real sweet and nice. And all the resources coming from the south, you know. All the resources coming from the south to the north to make these people up there happy. Continue all the behavior of PNM. You understand? You hear the man who's always saying the PNM shall prevail because they know exactly what will happen. We in the south, we suffering. Water trade away in Port of Spain. Wet me down. And who we went down there half naked and so on. Have a good day, Lennox, Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you, but I want to tell you, of course, that is a public relations gimmickry. What you're seeing is not. Because people are suffering for water, but they will, of course, find, as they found 100 million to treat with, of course, crime hotspots along the East-West Corridor, etc. Well, it's the same way they would have found water to give the impression that there is water, and the people, of course, are well served and satisfied. But that is public relations. Just as how they did some pitching as well along the Ban route to give the impression that, of course, the roads are devoid of potholes and some say craters. But we know them, and therefore do not believe for one moment that the people in the north are enjoying what you would have seen as an illusion. President, good morning. President, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to the big old man.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning to Mikey. Morning Trinidad and Tobago. Lennox, Bellman, you preach here, boy. I want to continue where Bellman left off. Lennox, would you believe that with all the mass they had in Trinidad and Tobago, all the news media only cover Port of Spain? They ain't say nothing going on in Chaguanas, because I still might watch my TV. They ain't say what's going on in San Fernando. They never said what's going on in Tobago. No, Carnival is supposed to be a national instrument, across the border.
Yeah, festival, yes.
National festival across the border. Why only Port of Spain in news media cover? What happened to Chaguanas? What happened to Cuba? What happened to Arima? What happened to Boyana? Lennox, that is one. But the main thing I really call it to tell you is, you see that Judge General Calypso? Is the Mugian and Lennox is a real con job. Mafia con job that take place there. No, I ain't say Marshall sing, but Marshall sing to win nothing. Let me tell you what was the plan. Let me tell you what was the plan of that whole thing. You see Coco was on the stage with Marshall jumping up in the little short pants and Rio and them fellas. The plan was this. They went and they talked to Marshall. Carnival Development Committee, all of them, you know, them is PNM and this and that. The plan was to tell Marshall, they say, Marshall, yeah, what's going on? You're a millionaire already. You don't really want no money. But Marshall is a millionaire. You don't really want no money. But the title is very important to you. Because you never won that title, eh? You won all of that title. You win Young King, you win Soca Monarch, you win Road March. You see that old Carnival Sunday night, the March, you never win that.
Yeah.
To make it, to organize and get himself on top of everything. They talk to him, they tell you, we're going to give you that. But in return, you see that prize money we're giving you? That prize money? Here we want you to divide up that prize money. Just make sure and give Coco. Make sure Coco gets the money to pay Insha and Ishmael. And the rest, well, you'll come back with $500,000. The rest will pay off his stage performance and the music and all you have to do. So you will still have a $300,000 in your hand. But if you decide to go that way, we will go our way. You want you to give it the first prize, but you have to understand, we claim Coco. The PNM backing that, and you know how the PNM is always take care of their own. They backing that. That is 800,000. 500,000 you'll pay off Coco and pay off all the athletes. And the another 300,000 you will keep that for yourself. And that's with that con man. A lot of people watch that. That's with that con man job went on. So Coco has no problem again. His money is paid off. He go pay in Shan, and Marshall win the title that he never had. Get a title now that he never had. And that was all into. Now a lot of people in Trinidad, I see that not. I see that play. And a lot of smart people in Trinidad will see that play too. No, I never say Marshall is sing. He is sing to win. Lennox, I love to know listening.
Yeah, well, I think you have a lot of support in that regard, but of course, Gypsy. Well, based on what you have said, Gypsy agreed to come last. A pleasant good morning.
Pleasant
good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Lennox. Pleasant good morning. This is your boy Carnage. Andy Williams, my brother. Several years. I hope everything going good with your Mighty K, you and your family, Trinidad and Tobago. Pleasant good morning to you all. Well, Carnival is done. But Lennox, now Friday was the last day for the ground report, right? And it have a serious situation that developed in Trinidad and Tobago, and it appears like it's going under the carpet if people take it up. That oil spill in Tobago, Lennox, that oil spill, I want to ask some questions, and I would like you, please, if you have any knowledge, right, to just answer me back according. That boat in particular, up to this point, anybody know where that boat came from?
Nobody.
So the Trinidad and Tobago government and the maritime borders and thing and the Coast Guard and all these people and them, nobody knows where that boat came from, but that boat just reached on the western side of Tobago and tore over, and oil just spilling all through Tobago, and Tobago now is a clean-up thing, and that money, Lennox, right or wrong? Now the government go out to go and pay money there?
Oh, yes.
Well, right, so how the boat come about there? I want to know, Lennox, as a citizen and as a seaman, because here, why, Lennox? Tobago is out in the Atlantic there. Anything further in the Atlantic is Barbados. The chain line of the Caribbean starts with Trinidad, Grenada, and then the St. Vincent and the Grenadines, right? And as a result of that, Lennox, the Atlantic Ocean, north and south, where that boat come out? That boat have any housing? That boat have any body, any crew on it? We just hear in a boat and the Prime Minister go on, and I hear he talk yesterday and say about it could have been worse. So if you saying something could have been worse, you have me studying, you have a knowledge, why could have been worse? You tell them just for a certain amount of oil. How it could have been worse? Trinidad and Tobago, I want answers. I want to know where our boat originated from, how it reached in Tobago, because I know Tobago and no place to store no oil or nothing. So please, Trinidad and Tobago, these are things we have to pay attention to, that and the crime. You understand? And right now they're trying to mislead me, and all they're not seeing that. Look to and listen, but I'm listening.
Yes, indeed. Of course, well, when Dr. Rowley's comments on something, there's always something about it. You always have doubts. But let's go to the lines. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Lennox, and all the listeners. Well, the carnival is over, and from my end, I can tell you it was very, very nice. I mean, they say it's different things for different people, and you know, it had its little thing, but it was nice. It was nice. And Carnage, you are so right. You rewind and see all the different incidents that took place in Tobago since Farley is controlling the THA. You know, let me tell all you this now. Look for the PNM under a razor blade. I am not saying they do this or they do that, but all they have brains in all their head, think. The more problems that they could create for Farley and to stress out the people and to convince the people that Farley ain't good for Tobago. I am not saying he's not, but what I'm telling you from the PNM point of view, they want to tell the people, all you went and vote overwhelmingly for Farley, and now look, this happening, that happening, negative. So all you better be smart when election comes and bring back the PNM. That is the plan. All of this is part of the plan. Who organizing it, who doing it, but it's part of the plan. Let me think about that. And I want to tell my good friend, Mr. Lahokita. Mr. Lahokita, you see Marshall, he is a professional. Marshall went there, people have to look at the bigger picture, the wider picture, you understand? He did not go there really to be the other Calypsonian thing. That man, that young man, he is a broad thinker. He's an intelligent man. He wants to have in his possession the title of having every title that there is in Calypso. And that was the reason why he went there. Because he is not looking at today. He is looking at down the road. Maybe somewhere down the road he is going to be the Minister of Culture, which will raise the culture. Because here, let me tell you now, Lennox, I went to Panorama, I went to this, I went to that, and I sat there, and when I look and I listen to the talent of these panists, you know, and I'm wondering, why don't we have a pan school, a pan theater, where we can have pan all year round? That this talent should not be just for Carnival, Saturday night and for Carnival. This should be a all-round thing. This is something that should be taking place from January to December. These people have so much talent. What they're going to do with the talent now? Put it in a bag until next Carnival? And to tell you how the government doesn't even care about talent. You build a thing for Desperados, you build it around Nelson Street where nobody wouldn't go. We should have a proper pan theater somewhere in a decent place where we can really make millions. We can have the Caribbean, they can pick up on the thing. We can have a cultural center where we can have activities all year round. And when we get somebody who really care about Trinidad and Tobago, who care about the culture of Trinidad and Tobago, which is great, right? But it has to be fixed. That is when things will go better. So right now with Marshall, he has all the crowns and all the competitions that there is in Trinidad. He has won all, and that is what he was trying to achieve. That's with Croker and all of them, you understand? And I think he did well. It was a story, and when you listen to it, it was well put. You see, we have to get away sometimes from who we like and who we like and look at what is real. So I enjoyed it, and the only thing they should have put Gypsy last. Okay, have a good day, gentlemen, and all who I think the Carnival was safe enough. Maybe people had a little hiccups, and of course the costumes, oh God, some of them could have been better. But all in all, to tell you the truth, family and I were safe, and we had a real nice time. So blessings, and let us take things forward, and let us get serious now to fix the mess in Trinidad and Tobago. Blessings, gentlemen.
Yes, indeed. Well, of course, I'm glad that you mentioned Gypsy, because Gypsy position at 10th place out of 12 remind me of Christopher. Good morning.
Good morning, Les.
Good morning.
And to the ground report family, Andy, I wish you well, get well quick. This would broke you enjoy your carnival, but this is my candid opinion. Carnival is getting worse and worse, and it is dying. In fact, if I may not say this, I think it is dead. And I'll tell you my reasons for saying this. Fewer people come out to view the carnival. Watch all the shows they had, and watch all the stands. All the chairs were empty for all the shows that they had, and the grandstand and whatever. I saw for Juve, I heard the commentators talking about fewer people are participating in the Juve, and fewer people are coming out on the streets for Juve, as when we know, the 1,000 that used to come out. You watch the parade on the streets and whatnot, one thing. The place scanty. No set of tourists. All the different factors, all the comedy shows and things that we normally have is a build-up to the carnival. And everything, Lennox, was almost dead. And I want to say this, don't talk about the music, well, but God, Jesus Christ, I feel Mikey Tune could have win Road March, could have win the Monarch, and all them kind of things, compared to the nonsense I hear plenty people singing. In other words, the music was a waste of blasted time. Everything, the whole carnival was a waste of time. It is, as I said, so much factors pointing out to why they say this. But let me come to my main issue here now, friend. This oil spill. It is amazing that a vessel could come to Trinidad, travel in that shallow area of Trinidad and Tobago, unmanned, unseen, nobody knew nothing about how the hell that could happen. This is magic that fall from the sky. Huh? And then you telling me about, because I cannot understand in a shallow area like that. If a boat is coming, how could a boat travel and come in that low area and run aground? Turn over and all them kind of things. Unknown, unnoticed, nobody, no crew or nothing like that. I wonder if somebody sabotage we and us. One of the callers said, well, I don't rule out not with Rowley and them, fellas. You understand? But it left so much thing. Rowley is now saying that they intend to set up a Coast Guard post in Tobago. And for all the years we've been hearing that Trinidad and Tobago is a transshipment point for drugs and guns and all kind of illegal activities. We had a vessel coming here with a set of dead people on it and thing in there. We had so much illegal thing taking place in Tobago, drugs coming and washing ashore in Tobago and other things. And now we have this thing with this boat and water. You want to tell me that wasn't necessary and compulsory, that we should have a Coast Guard base in Tobago years gone by, Lennox? But you see, as a thing with this government,
Of course, go ahead. Yes.
It just goes to show you that this government doesn't have a clue, they don't have a vision, they're reactive when something happens. You don't put things in place to avoid certain things, just like, for instance, with the barrier issue, with the divers and all. It has so much things that we could point fingers at, that this government don't have a blasted clue of what to do. They will just react, and then you're going to have, and but you will tell me, you're going to have an inquiry into this oil spill and whatnot. It will only give you a damn chance, and because the amount of inquiry that we have had coming out of your office, your government, and absolutely nothing has been done, nothing. And you have done, so it does leave you to wonder, things will continue to happen. It's a blight that take this place. And Keith Rowley, I want you to remember this. I just always remember this tune by Natasha Wilson, One Day. And if you could play that tune, Lennox, I would appreciate that. It says, one day, the evil that you do will come back to haunt you. And you have put a curse on this country with Emil Gate and all your set of other lies that you and the PNM people portray on this country that bring us to this place, that where we are in. But I am telling you, that oil spill is very suspicious. I cannot understand how a vessel could come into our country unnoticed and what have you, in a low-lying area, a shallow area. Well, that area, I could understand if it run wrong, but don't tell me turn over. You understand what I'm saying, Lennox? And the whole sequence it unnoticed and nobody, there's no people, no one on board, and you can't, a whole thorough investigation. This government had to find out relentlessly, find out who is the owner of that vessel. And I suppose by through Marine Bay, how they could do it and whatnot. Maybe this Afonso woman could tell us how they could go about finding out how to see who there is boat is registered and whatnot, and hold people accountable, because this thing going to cost us millions and millions of dollars in that cleanup exercise. And apart from that, loss of revenue to the fishermen and all this kind of thing, and the sea bathers and whatnot. It's going to affect the whole tourism thing in Tobago, So this is something very serious. And I see Rowley, like he taking this thing ordinary. Just imagine this spill was taking place, and you fretting in Bali, say, oh, you, your daughter-in-law, your daughter, your son-in-law, and all that. While people catching the tail outside, they suffering, but only living it up. Understand what I'm saying, Lennox? And I am calling for a thorough investigation. Those who involved in the taxi driver and all these people in the energy sector, all you do, all your own investigation. Don't depend on this government, because nothing will happen, and in the meantime, Trinidad will be destroyed. But as I say, and I'm saying it again, Miss Woodbrook, I like you. But you see this carnival, the carnival, it's dying. It's not almost dead, because you listen to the music, you watch the mass, what is the charade, the kind of flesh thing and all this half naked, and Lennox, let me tell you something. Carnival now becomes 4B, the word B, capital letter B. Beads, bikini, bottom and breast. That is what it is about now. That is, that nobody could really go out there to sit down and view carnival. And as I say, if you watch all these stands, you will see that empty. They're focusing the camera, but whenever you get a little glimpse of it, you've seen it on the stand. So it just to show you, if it ain't dying, it's dead already. Let us have a go, my brother.
Yes, indeed, of course. But don't forget, of course, we'll keep you updated as to some of the winners during the course of this year's carnival. I think just for information, I think that sort of generate the variety that's necessary. Good morning.
Good morning, Lennox. I'm not hearing Miss Arima. We want to hear you on the Venezuela issue. The opposition who is fighting Maduro has been charged for wanting to kill Maduro. And she whole family missing. So Rowley, or you see that people that have about that dragon gas, they're going to squeeze Maduro now. Thank you.
Yeah. Tremendous development, of course, there, very horrendous, but not unexpected. Only Dr. Rowley will repose his faith and the Trinidad and Tobago's future in a regime that is at minimum whimsical and at maximum horrendous, evil and wicked. Good morning.
Hello, morning. Rowley,
Good morning.
I couldn't love you more, Rowley. I love Rowley. Rowley, that oil that flood wrong Tobago, that's just like the fake oil in Petrotrin. That's why Petrotrin closed down. So who you trying to fool? Who bought that? How the boat reach there? Don't have a registration on the boat? You can find the people? Rowley, you could only feel dotish PNM people. That's all you could fool. You can't fool nobody again. But anyway, I tell you, January gone and 24 already. We in February. All right, Rowley boy, enjoy yourself.
So true, the longest rope has an end, according to the old people. The old people saying. We go back to the line, of course. Good morning.
Morning. Here where I think the oil have been filled up in a tank under the ground because it has so much of potholes in this country. So all the potholes, they have a hole under there where they storing the oil, and that is the leftover we are seeing now.
Well, it's even more mysterious than that. They say it's wood and gravel they both are supposed to have, and suddenly it's just spewing oil. I don't know if ancient days just was, of course, experience on that boat alone to cause that oil spill that created international attention. President, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah,
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Morning, Lennox.
Good morning.
God bless my brother Andy. First thing first, I want all the people who call in the ground report, I want you to contribute a little fund. This is Malcolm X. Contribute a little fund that whatever medical attention or wherever medicine Andy had to get, just as how we miss him and we like him, let me see if we could make a true contribution in helping him to come back on this radio station quick. Now, Lennox.
Hey.
TK, pleasant morning, and I think the new man from Cuff. Trinidad and Tobago.
Newbie.
I listen to the news where the Prime Minister say he going to Tobago with a cabinet team to look at the oil spill. Now, if you listen to all the speakers, that oil spill, that boat can leave Saudi Arabia. It can leave nowhere in the Middle East where oil Nigeria and them place. That boat must be right from the partner and them in Venezuela. We come here to distract we life. Because here we find fishy. The Prime Minister say that they have a budget. They have a budget that passed, but sometimes they have to find money. Here it is. Sometimes they have to find money for this kind of emergency, and they have to give some contract to somebody to clean up this oil spill. Now, really and truly, you can't find money for police and public servants after the budget passed, but look how quick you could find money for oil spill. And I want Trinidad and Tobago to remember what Malcolm X say before Carnival. I change the oil now because how the boat in had no number, it had no name, don't have parachute and all. It's how it make. Right? Now, Lennox, you remember I talked to all you before Carnival and I tell all you. And I just to Miss Arima and I tell her, say, sister, you talk about the small business around the Savannah. I actually going tongue Monday night to really see what's taking place. You know the whole of Woodbrook and the Avenue full. And I hear a brother calling this morning, the Greens on Piccadilly Street, Charlotte Street and them place where people used to come out and watch a little mass. The mass not in them areas again. Everything gone down to Woodbrook. Everything gone down to Jean Pierre. Everything gone down to the people who staying in the gallery and the porch and watching mass. And when long time, Lennox, your father and your mother used to bring you from Parsley Street and they might drop you by some family either on Nelson Street or Duncan Street to watch mass. That gone. Who is the business people? I want the business people from the Savannah and surrounding to call in and say how much profit they make to the people on the avenue in Woodbrook and who make the money. Gyro, this big shot place, that big shot place, the 1%, all the avenue place. Boy, Trinidad, this oil spill go Hamburg, a lot of we affairs, we fishing, it go affect everything. All you open all your eyes and see what's going on. Is a plan. Who ain't dead by COVID? By some means necessary. We had to dead and we money spending because they're finding money to clean that, you know. And check where they ain't finding money for the hospital, medicine, and them things. Teachers, all you watch good. I mean to the brother we really say from Tagariga, oh God, TNM people, all you really going down that boat with this lying thing, boy. All you lying in front of all the children. That's why Tenapuna say, boy, we have to really play that tune one day, but I find the day staying too long. It's too long. And Lennox, all you're saying about we in February. Boy, if this thing continues, it will happen by August. All you have a nice day.
Yes, indeed. Of course, Mikey will be spearheading, of course, the initiative for the 18th of next month, and you'll hear more about it when he makes his presence felt. Good morning.
Lennox, morning
Yes.
to you and Nubi.
Morning.
You know this oil spill thing, Lennox?
Yeah.
I feel it's some kind of diversion, you know. Right? No, because they can't say they didn't know that oil. So they have some other things set up to do something. Now, last night, you say that Stuart Young, when he went and talked with Mondello, he said Mondello raised up not money that is real an issue. And Mondello had to come out and prove that he's a bloody liar.
Yeah.
In the same way, they show you Mondello giving Rowdy a check during the COVID. And the next day, Rowdy come back and say he never get no money. So the same way Rowdy said he's going to Tobago like cabinet. He come back and say I never say so, you know. I don't want to go to Tobago to do nothing, you know. But what is the plan? To go to try to convince Tobago to vote and all these things. Them things go fall down by the rocks. There's a man spent time in Tobago, you know what's going on there. This whole thing's stinking. Right? Because he could easily come back and say I never say so. And the rate he going mental wise. What could prevent him from saying to ask you that question? He could come back and say I never say so that I'm going to know Tobago. Right or wrong?
I will not be surprised.
That's what I'm telling you. So we have to wait and watch because the whole talk is on oil. But the news itself ain't showing you one damn thing. Internationally, they're showing you what's going on Tobago. And we local news just give that like a little lamb. Like a man just get shoot on the ground. So what really taking place? We have to look out for something that they have up the sleeve. I might take for no partner. My last night, I see the thing, look. Can I get that thing right in the night time, eh? We go talk.
All right, I hear you. We're working on it.
Later.
Yes, indeed. President, good morning. The lines are open. Before we go for a break, we will take another call. Don't forget, of course, the number is 229. Yes. Good morning.
You know, I just sit down here and you won't believe. I thought about this little thing to put something in a little fund for Andy, right? Because I said Andy is for Grandy and Andy helped plenty of us, plenty people. So Malcolm X, this is a good thing, a good suggestion you come up with. I was thinking about it too. I say I call in, it have plenty people calling, and it's a good thing. I think a good suggestion to put something where that and we could get a little something. I was thinking about that too. So it's a good suggestion. I take it seriously, but we want to know where we could put it and who will be put in. You understand? I for that. And I don't mind I for that because we love Andy and Andy helps plenty people and he stands with plenty people. So I for that. I am my family for that.
Well, I'm sure you'll get a lot of support there, and what I can tell you that well, we try to get some kind of communication with Andy himself, and maybe he can make the overture as to how to get the resource, whatever it is, to him. But certainly, I'm sure that he will appreciate the level of support, the level of concern, the level of consideration, and I think, you know, it reminds me of the old song of the village council. If I can help somebody and I pass along, then my living shall not be in vain. I suppose it is akin to being your brother's keeper. So we really appreciate, and I can say that on behalf of the man himself, and of course on the ground report, for that level of concern and appreciation for what we have been doing over the many years, consistent and persistent. We go for a break at this point in time, and when we come back, more on this edition of the ground report.
The people of Trinidad and Tobago are stupid, and I have to listen to that foolishness.
Hardware supplies? Then look no further than Mitlin Hardware, number 97 Eastern Main Road, Arouca. We stock a wide range of tools, water tanks, blocks, lumber, steel, and everything you need for your home and business project. Check out our new display of steel windows and assorted designs of metal curtain rods. Mitlin also stockpiles sand, gravel, topsoil, and more. We have a variety of kitchen faucets, face basins and toilet sets, bathroom mat sets, all garden tools, hand tools, generators, power washers, and water pumps. Customers can make payments via links, credit card, online payment, and cash on delivery. WhatsApp 327-7761 for free quotations, or give us a call at 646-2144. Open every day, Sunday to Sunday from 8 a.m. From foundation to finish, it's all at Mitlin.
Are you stressed and worried by problems? Then meet Priest Santosh Ji. Priest is specialized in palm, face,
photo, date of birth reading, and gives solutions to problems in marriage, relationship, love, business, job, health, and removes all black magic, negativity, bad luck permanently, and gives good luck and lifelong protection. Then call Priest Santoshji 384-3844. That's 384-3844.
TNT, when Carnival is over, we go back to the old school.
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 Hello, Cara. I'm depending on you.
This is the first big one for 2024. Music Chest Back to the Old School events.
This Saturday, tell them where we going this Saturday.
Moonlighting Pub, Tunapuna, with the boss of Old School, Dr. Hyde, Starboy Carrier, the ladies DJ, Dr. Ross, and the Old School Assassin Music Chest. Free Hennessy and Punchy Punch to the first 100 people to enter. Prizes, giveaways, and more. Get your special $80 tickets now at Moonlighting Pub, Bobby's Bar Kira, Baluna Bar Aruka, before they're all sold out.
This Saturday, we going!
Moonlighting Pub, Tunapuna, TNT. When Carnival is over, we go back to the old school.
Let's go! Come on! This Saturday,
a lucky homeowner will win a brand new car. Yes! A brand new Mitsubishi Expander Cross. Yes, park in your 4-vehicle parking space. Limited availability. Get in a gear with DG Homes' newest gated community, Daniel Estate. The oasis of Cunupia will satisfy your needs for a new lifestyle. Beautifully designed, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, modern interior, sophisticated finishings, with superbly manicured landscaped green spaces, front and backyard included, starting at $1.65 million. Call now and book a viewing. 691-5659. Beautiful home, beautiful car, beautiful life. Home is DG Homes, Daniel Estate, Cunupia.
When Carnival is done, it's time to laugh. Randy Glasgow Productions present the Valentine's Gift to the Nation. 2 persons on 1 ticket for the annual Alternative After Carnival Festival, featuring the funniest legends and the newest stars in the Battle of the Generation. 3 shows only. Friday, February 16th at Sapa from 8 p.m. Saturday, February 17th from 8 p.m. And on Sunday, the 18th of February from 6 p.m. Napa in Port of Spain. Get your 2 persons on 1 ticket today before they're all gone. At advertised outlets only. Single tickets are also available. For more information, call the 24-hour hotline at 774-5555. The Alternative After Carnival Festival, with all the bacchanal and confusion you want. February 16th at Sapa, February 17th and the 18th, Napa in Port of Spain.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Yes, indeed. Of course, we are back. Time check is just about 34 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. And of course, we have yet to get the entrance of Mikey. I trust that he doesn't have any, what I consider to be carnival lag. I know that he's going to, of course, express that in his own imitable way, but that being as it may, of course, for the new callers and those who are making preparations to leave our shores, I trusted that you had a good time, but at the same time got a good dose as to the reality of Trinidad and Tobago. And just in case you didn't, well, of course, you listen to the ground, tune into the ground report, and those of you who are aware of foreigners that are here, because they may well be able to assist us in the as far as the diaspora is concerned, because many of them are really returning Trinbagonians who have made their nest egg, so to speak, in foreign lands, particularly in the north. The numbers to call 229-0251, 229-0251, 239-5120, 239-5120, and of course WhatsApp. Leave us a note if you are timid or if you believe that you can get through. You can call us on that number as well. 366-3053, 366-3053. So the lines are open. It's very interesting that people are concerned about that. 5 days after the incident, Dr. Rowley put in an appearance in Tobago. Clearly, the level of criticality, I should say, certainly does not demonstrate his lethargy in terms of getting across to Tobago and then holding a press conference. And by and large, in my personal view, is more public relations, is more attempting, of course, to do too much, but too late. With respect, of course, to his concerns. So it's always something that is sinister and something that has some kind of underlying objective that materializes itself sometime down the road, as we have seen in so many instances with this particular gentleman who now occupies the office of Prime Minister. But very interestingly, he reiterated, and I took note that the Damon vessels, yes, the 12 vessels that was bought by Kamala Persad-Bissessar, who, of course, he said not unfamiliar, because of course he said the same thing about the Galicia. He said the same thing about the not the Grand Bay, but Bay Ferries. When of course he sent them back and said that contract he has concern about, but of course it turns out to be nothing, much ado about nothing, or should I say much said about nothing, because at the end of the day, all what transpired is that people who are connected to the PNM, we see of course get these positions or either deploy boats, contract boats, etc., and they have benefited, but they have demonstrated incompetence as per usual, and of course the inability to be as efficient as possible, and as a consequence the Tobago economy literally died, and of course bringing two boats sometime afterwards, questionable in terms of his personal involvement as a so-called salesman for Trinidad and Tobago. And then of course we see on that particular exercise that he went to Tobago, as I said, belatedly to make some kind of public relations gesture. We saw where he talked about the Damien vessels. Recently, both he and the Minister of National Security, referring, of course, to those Damien vessels that were, of course, left in Palo for almost 8 years. And suddenly, so what one has to speculate is not just that bill has created the need for him to come out and talk in the way that he is speaking about the Damien vessels, but because I suspect, and this is my suspicion now in the realm of speculation, but deductive reasoning, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to make that rational conclusion, and that is his visits to the United States. Notice they gave him, of course, those scanners for the airport, but nothing as far as the borders are concerned. Simply because if I was the American and Dr. Rowley comes to me asking me to assist with my border, I will obviously ask him the most important and common sense and elephant in the atmosphere question, and that is, what about those 12 boats that you have there? Obviously, because why it is you could now find money to repair them. Only recently, talking about last year. And it's 8 years you have them there packed up. And of course you have the asinine statement of Stuart Young that was refuted once again by another ambassador, the Netherlands ambassador, who said that there were Damien technicians that were here from the Netherlands concerning themselves with repairs and so on. Of course, when he realized that he got caught by saying that it's because of COVID, they couldn't come. He then said, well, listen, they were here, but they couldn't bring the parts, and COVID prevented that. Come on. These people are total morons. And what you have is a government of idiots, is an idiocracy, apart from being a kleptocracy, a bunch of thieves and deceivers. So I am clear in my mind. And of course, some of the things that Rowley said, as well as you have speculated out there in the various commentaries so far, and that is, Rowley must have known more than what he tells us in public that he knows, because he said that it could have been worse. He said that there was a cable connected and therefore suggesting that it was being towed. He said, of course, that it was supposed to be board or lumber and gravel. Of course, I'm sure that aspect of it would have been conveyed to Farley, because he said the same thing too. So I'm not ascribing any aspersion or question against Farley. He could have only been pronounced what he knew or what he was told. But certainly, as the Prime Minister, who have control on the national security and all of the apparatus of government, coming from him, and he tells us that, of course, it is gravel and board. I don't know if it's the plyboard he promised many moons ago. That wasn't it. But then, being overturned, we are seeing, of course, oil. And of course, they want to get an expert to find out whether or not Trinidad and Tobago is over 100 years. We are in the oil and gas and petrochemical industries, at least in the oil industry. And you can't say whether that is crude oil or not. But I can say, even though I wasn't there, that is crude oil. And of course, there is speculation that the vessel might have been a tanker, an oil tanker. So the question is, where was it going? How it came there? Of course, Dr. Rowley will try to give us the impression by way of deflection, as far as I am concerned, that vessel that came from Tunisia and found its way, of course, to Tobago, it may be a similar scenario. No way, because I mean, if it was turned upside down for a very long time in the water, it wait until it reached the shores or offshore Tobago to spew its oily content. It would not have had a trail of oil from which part it was, if it was so long in the water upside down. So all of those are questions that one has to ask. And then, of course, we see that the organization from the International Maritime Organization number is not on it. So there's no number, no crew. And if it was being told, well, one would expect logically that whosoever it is and whatever other cargo that it might have had, contraband or otherwise, I see, my common sense tells me that they will place it on the ocean-worthy boat that was towing it or pulling it, as the cable suggested. But more importantly, Dr. Rowley's response really is always something, as I said, sinister, and something that is not right here. Every time he tells you jump, you know you have to stand up, because there it is. International attention was paid, or is being paid, to that particular spill, and he thought, of course, he had to get involved as far as that is concerned, because what they fear most is the international reputation of Trinidad and Tobago, not because of the people, but because of our incompetent and, of course, callous, reckless, brutal, and government that is prepared to undermine our democracy and the electoral process, as we have seen, of course, by the commentary of the Privy Council in more ways than one. So we know what he is afraid of, and therefore will, of course, try to salvage some kind of dignity and pride. I mean, the man's ability to absorb embarrassment is unfathomable. The man is just reckless and brutal. But we opened up the lines. I thought it was important, of course, to say that the Damien vessels are now in the spotlight. Just as how, of course, the hospital that they imagine was mired in corruption, but they can't produce any corruption. Talking about the Cuba Hospital, the Children's Hospital, and they said all kinds of things, and then of course it became the centerpiece for this so-called parallel health system that itself has failed, having regard to the fact that they had to initiate a state of emergency, and over 5,000 persons are dying from COVID. One of the worst records in the world, apart from, of course, being sixth in the world as far as crime and criminality is concerned. Dr. Rowley, and they are simply toxic and are the existential threat to the democracy and the economy of Trinidad and Tobago. We just saw, of course, a classic example of it there, because the other question has to be, what has happened to the 360 degrees radar? And of course, if those boats were present, the 12 Damon vessels that he suddenly find money for, as he suddenly find money for, of course, crime and criminality in the country. But let's go to the lines. President, good morning.
Andy for Grandy, and Grandy for Andy. Uncle Lennox, Mikey, and UB.
Good morning.
Uncle Lennox, I would just like to indulge you a little bit. Uncle Malcolm X, what he had said, I had personally, privately, extend my help to Andy. And I would like we as a people and listeners and all who are willing to assist him, because right now I feel on my behalf as a patriot at the program and the host, I feel we should come forward as the membership and the camaraderie to assist him.
Yes. Last night, somebody from Britain called me on that same matter. So you're quite right. There's a need to do so, but as I said, he's a fellow with a lot of pride and dignity and so on, and he likes to, of course, be his own man, so to speak, as you have seen. But there are some times in life when you need an extra shoulder to lean on, so to speak. But
lead on.
Go ahead, my friend. Yeah.
Correct. So, Uncle Lennox, I'm just asking that the protection after the program, right? A little later.
Yes, I'm sure. Yes.
I'm sure right? So I want to know me, Mr. Faizabad, the alias, Mr. Faizabad, right? And the program, I find it is very good in terms of that is the custodian of our democracy and the guardians of our constitution. And human service is put out there for we on a day-to-day basis to see the evil and the wickedness of Rowley and the PNM led, because he is at the helm. Now, Andy, what are we stalwart who are working towards helping us? Andy, remember, Andy, he pride and the ambition. He will want to ask for nothing. But let me do it. Let me come out, people. I ask him and begging on behalf of Andy. Let me put it and send it for him. When we put it in his hand, I show it. Let he say no. Let me offer him. Let me come out and give him that support now, because it's just as how we support the radio station and put a little money to fix every little thing and do when Andy asks to do, right? He even asks for that. Let me give him something. Let me come out and show him the love. And if we can show that love to Andy, right, then we can show the love to our country and our brother keepers, because we start with one and we go to the others and we can save the whole nation. This is what we are about. This is what this program is about. Saving ourselves and saving one another. So let me come together now, please, and I just begging all you. How Uncle Malcolm X put it out. Let me come right us together. All the callers who know our little persons who can ask and tell them, send it to Andy on the 336. Uncle Lennox will get me the WhatsApp number that one, or text Andy. So let me do something now by all Trinidad and Tobago, because this is we friend and this is we program, and one for all and all for one. Let me come together, and as we can show the PNM how great we is and we want back we country. So when we help one who in need, we could help all those in need. So, Uncle Lennox, you just give them the number, the 336 number, the finish the set, or the text. Have a nice day, please, Trinidad and Tobago.
Good. Sorry about that. My mic was off a bit, boy. I didn't realize it. I was talking all the time. Good morning. Yes, indeed. And as I was making the point that Dr. Rowley's presence in Tobago, always mired with in some kind of underhanded, some kind of ulterior motive. And in this case, of course, because of its international attention that is being paid to Tobago, and the fact that the economy there is in jeopardy, having regard to the oil spill that is now raging in Tobago, and the impact, of course, he's saying now that he spare nothing to assist Tobago. Far cry from when he was in charge wholly and made the decision to crash the sea bridge and crash the economy of Tobago. Outside of that, one has to say that the man is totally blight, and maybe the Likoto Jumbi has now taken charge of this administration, having regard to the fact that there's so many untoward and inexplicable instances of tragedy that have taken place only within the last 8 to 9 years under the Rowley administration. The biggest flood, and of course, when we look into it, the Greenvale flooding, for example, where people were marooned on their rooftops, it turned out that Dr. Rowley was in fact the minister at the time. We have the information through freedom of information, and that the whole negotiations, it turned out to be the purchasing as residential plots, really a lake bed that was supposed to be for agricultural purposes, and that there was no approval for the construction of Greenvale. All of that came out as a consequence of the flooding. So Dr. Rowley believes that he is smarter than everybody, and somehow his his shenanigans will outlast or outlive any, of course, inquiry into his conduct and his position on specific matters. But we know blue lights and silver bracelets is inevitable, having regard to the blatantness and the overtness of his conduct. You just have to watch at what transpired in the cabinet recusal, as well as what is happening at Balize House. That's that alone. Apart from, of course, the fake oil matter. We go to the lines, of course. For the new callers, the numbers to call 229-0251, 229-0251, 239-5120, 239-5120, and of course WhatsApp. And as we have devised now to get directly to Andy, you can send him a little note. Good morning.
Morning, everybody. Listen, I want to just touch on 2 points regarding this oil spill in Tobago, the unfortunate oil spill. My heart really go out to the people in Tobago, sir. And I want to ask a couple of questions for your audience and for yourself. So I understand that the boat from and I got it from another bandwidth, that the boat has been registered in sinking, right? But who? And I'm talking about whether it is a company or individuals. Who are the owners of this boat? How come this boat came so close to Tobago without our Coast Guard monitoring it or knowing about it? What are our Coast Guard doing besides sitting Tetron and playing all fours? What really going on? That is my issue. What is our Air Guard doing? And it's not supposed to be in their helicopters looking on at what's happening or borrowing satellite feed from other countries that we share intelligence with? How did this happen? Why did this happen? And who's going to compensate the country with this disaster that has taken place? It reminded me of the oil spill that took place in the late 1980s in Alaska at Prince William Sound. And let me tell you something, gentlemen. It took 20 years for full wildlife and fish to recover. So I just want to tell you, brothers, that this is a serious matter, and leave no stone unturned until we find out who are the owners of this boat. And if it's a company, who are the board of directors? And we hold them accountable and we hold them liable, both to compensate the country and to serve prison terms or criminal prosecution when necessary. Thank you, Jen.
Professor, good morning. Welcome. Let's go for a break.
I think basically it's time for a break.
Yeah, let's go for a break.
Activity signal coming from you. So we're gonna
yes.
some bills and then come back in.
But Mikey, Dr. Ori did in fact say that the boat was turned over and therefore it could have hardly been seen. So what about a pirogue? Because that seemed to be higher than a pirogue. How come they have a 360 degree radar system? What was supposed to pick up large boats, not including pirogues. So I am not sold on that argument that Dr. Rowley gave. But let's go for the break, and when we come back more, Mikey will join us, of course, on the other side of the break.
All right, we'll be back.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Chinese and Ari Restaurant is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. 67 Western Main Road, St. James, opposite Standards. Serving local breakfast items like sada, fried bake, roast bake, and pies. With all your favorite local fillings. Assorted lunches available from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Get pilau for $25 or get combination lunches from $25 to $40. They also have soup specials as well as crab and dumpling. From 6 p.m. have dinner on the pavement a la carte with burgers, fried nuggets, gyro, and just about anything you can think about. Call 382-9347 to place your order. Shiny and Ari, Main Road, St. James, open 7 days a week.
The rainy season is here, so be weather smart and change your tires to handle the nation's wet roads. After all, you don't want to be the one to cause any accidents, do you? So why not check out Racetrack Wheels right now? They're the only one that gives you quality tires to hold the road properly. And to top it off, Racetrack Wheels carries all sizes of tires for all makes of vehicles. They are the sole distributors for Salem and Achilles tires. These tires carry a full manufactured warranty and is the #1 tire for comfort and performance in this rainy weather. We have the latest rims in all sizes, all at drastically low prices. We also do blank wheels that could be drilled to your vehicle specification. It's all about new technology and keeping ahead of the game.
So hurry on down to Racetrack Wheels, 3 locations. 330 Eastern Main Road, Aruca, 82 Bethany Road, Bucco, Tobago, and 64th Southern Main Road, Chase Village. Or call 285-9168.
So my friend, take it from me and be weather smart this season and change your tires right now at Racetrack Wheels.
A lucky homeowner will win a brand new car. Yes! A brand new Mitsubishi Expander Cross. Yes, park in your 4-vehicle parking space. Limited availability. Get in a gear with DG Homes' newest gated community, Daniel Estate. The oasis of Cunupia will satisfy your needs for a new lifestyle. Beautifully designed, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, modern interior, sophisticated finishings, with superbly manicured and landscaped green spaces, front and backyard included, starting at $1.65 million. Call now and book a viewing. 691-5659. Beautiful home, beautiful car, beautiful life. Home is DG Homes, Daniel Estate, Cunupia.
Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. Shop at ADC Supermarket, Cleaver Road. A very comfortable and clean environment. These prices are unbelievable. Come see for yourself. We have the best alcohol prices. Don't miss out. Get those specials on liquor. Put food on your table with ADC Supermarket, conveniently located at number 4 Cleaver Road in Arima. Every Friday and Saturday is real vibes and live entertainment from your very own DJ Christian on Friday and Saturday. Everyone is talking about ADC Supermarket. Shop in comfort and in a clean environment with the best prices for all your grocery needs. Secured parking. Remember, free delivery. Put food on your table. ADC is affordable. ADC Supermarket, number 4 Cleaver Road in Arima.
David Guide and Son Funeral Services, with locations in High Street, Siparia, Port of Spain, Couva, San Fernando, and Point Fortin. David Guide and Son Funeral Services is the choice for you. Having to lose someone you love is already hard, so funeral services and arrangements should be made easy. And at David Guide and Son, that is what we guarantee. We guarantee our customers exclusive services at affordable prices. Our services include funeral pre-arrangement packages, casket customization, great customer service, the latest in body preparation technology, and the best fleet of vehicles to give your loved ones the send-off they deserve. With 5 convenient locations located nationwide, feel free to call or visit us today. With full packages starting from as low as $7,500, call David Guide and Son Funeral Services today. Distinctive, not expensive.
Looking for top quality and affordable hardware supplies? Then look no further than Midland Hardware, number 97 Eastern Main Road, Aruca. We stock a wide range of tools, water tanks, blocks, lumber, steel, and everything you need for your home and business project. Check out our new display of steel windows and assorted designs of metal curtain rods. Midland also stockpiles sand, gravel, topsoil, and more. We have a variety of kitchen faucets, face basins, and toilet sets, bathroom mat sets, all garden tools, hand tools, generators, power washers, and water pumps. Customers can make payments via links, credit card, online payment, and cash on delivery. WhatsApp 327-7761 for free quotations, or give us a call at 646-2144. Open every day, Sunday to Sunday from 8 a.m. From foundation to finish, it's all at Midland.
When Carnival is done, it's time to laugh. Randy Glasgow Productions present the Valentine's Gift to the Nation. 2 persons on 1 ticket for the annual Alternative After Carnival Festival, featuring the funniest legends and the new stars in the Battle of the Generation. 3 shows only. Friday, February 16th at Sabra from 8 p.m. Saturday, February 17th from 8 p.m. And on Sunday, the 18th of February from 6 p.m. Napa in Port of Spain. Get your 2 persons on 1 ticket today before they're all gone. At advertised outlets only. Single tickets are also available. For more information, call the 24-hour hotline at 774-5555. The Alternative After Carnival Festival with all the bacchanal and confusion you want. February 16th at Sapa, February 17th and the 18th, Napa in Port of Spain.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We are back. We are back. Time check. It's just about 6 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. Yes, of course, and the time really flies on this Ash Wednesday, very somber morning indeed, after the Merry Monarch would have, of course, come and has left us. But the fact of the matter is, reality is upon us, and we have to respond appropriately. During the course of the break, I got a number of calls, and I told them in no uncertain terms to call Andy directly, of course, and you can leave a message for him. I got some foreign calls as well, so just leave a message for him. He will return your call, and of course you will have an opportunity to have a one-on-one, so to speak. So I'm sure that he will return your call, because I mean the expressions of love and concern is really emotive and very acceptable and accepted. And I'm sure that in spite of his pride and his dignity and his independence, nobody could, of course, deny affection in the way that the callers have been, of course, expressing themselves. So the number to call to get him to leave a message will be, of course, 366-3053, 366-3053. And, of course, that is in the face. And of course, you know, we are moving into George Street as well. And of course, I want to thank, of course, those persons who have made their contributions, and the gentlemen who have provided an opportunity to get all the chairs, the table and desks and so on that we will need for training as well as for administrative purposes. I have identified some 50 chairs and some other items of an office nature. We need, of course, computers, and I'm talking to people who may have those businesses, and you may have one or two to spare. I have spoken to a number of them, hardware owners, etc., for doors and plyboard to develop blackboards and so on, because these young men and women, we cannot, of course, they are part of us, they are part of the reality of Trinidad and the Tobago. They are the ones that are engaged in what the government may consider to be engaged in subterraneous or generating the havoc, and Dr. Rowley will call them, of course, hyenas in the African jungle, and at the same time call them monsters sent to schools by parents and all of that. So we are saying that is a reality, and therefore, if we have people, as the ground report has always been, of course, in the lead to, of course, look at remedies, and that is one of them. But those of you who will want to communicate with Andy, yes, call him at 366, or should I say, text him, and he will return, because I mean, that is the protocol we will prefer. 366-3053, because you utilize the phone for other purposes during the course of the program. So 366-3053, or after the program, if we would prefer, rather than, of course, doing it during the course of the program. but that's his personal phone that he has committed to this effort. Of course, the other numbers to call 229-0251 for the new callers and for the visitors who may not have yet left our shores, or indeed if you are outside and you're back in your respective place of residence, whether it's in North America or elsewhere, you can, of course, call us at these numbers 229-0251, 229-0251, 239-5120, 239-5120, and of course, send a little note to Andy. I'm sure that will be very, very appreciated and welcome at 366-3053, 366-3053. Yes, indeed. We go, of course, and incidentally, by way of information, we begin, of course, the movement process from where we are to where we are going on George Street today. And things are being packed up, and you appreciate why we had that tardiness this morning, that technical glitch, because, of course, things have to be, of course, uprooted and then, of course, deposited in what we consider to be our own facility. And of course, we continue to help others as well. Don't forget, of course, I mentioned it last night as well as night before, the Valentine's, of course, a day celebration, the love and unity, of course, that is being hosted by the Arima Broadcasting Network, and they present, of course, this love and unity exercise on the 14th. So that's today in Arima, and of course the place to witness it and to enjoy it and to partake. Well, 34 El Carmen Street, Arima. 34 El Carmen Street, Arima. The Arima Broadcasting Network presents Love and the Unity Valentine's Day celebrations, and of course to get in there, of course, to contribute, because it's a fundraiser, $150 for the ticket. So it was important to let you know that as well. So that's your contribution. A number of entertainers and entertainment you will get at that exercise. So the lines are open, and we can, of course, take your calls now. Don't forget, of course, to come to send a text to Andy at 366-3053, 366-3053, whether you are abroad or you are local or you are in the region. 366-3053. I want to thank, of course, the callers who made that suggestion. I think it's a good one, and because of the deep concern for the man himself, with all that pride, he will not, of course, ask for assistance. Professor, good morning. Professor, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Lennox Smith, Andy Williams, wherever you are. I wish you a speedy recovery and my DK. Thank you all, man, and the guy who on the operator. This morning I want to ask a question. I want to know who is that person or persons spraying that water on the crowd in the height of a dry season where people not getting water for months. I want to know, people must find out who that person is, and he must be charged. Secondly, you see that oil spill in Tobago? I'm not saying wrongly do it, but I don't trust that man. I tell all you really don't know who that man is. And I'm not indicating nothing. I'm not saying he's doing it, and nothing like that. Thirdly, Lennox, Imbert said there will be a 7% online charge for people who are bringing in things from away when they buy it online. I bought about $2,000 worth of products. You know what was the charge, Lennox? $1,300. I want to know why these people so wicked for boy? Eh? Oh God, man, boy, 8 p.m. all of come out of the office now, boy. Go on somewhere where nobody can see all you now, boy. God, boy, too much of nastiness in this country. Lennox Smith, well, have a good day.
Thank you very much. I share your frustration, and I'm sure that the universe shares it as well. They're simply toxic and evil. Professor, good morning. Professor, good morning.
Good morning. Andy for Gandhi and Gandhi for Andy. Lennox. Uncle Mikey at UB. Uncle Lennox. It is a simple thing. Then we get the oil spill correct. Take the sample to the lab. We will know if it's Trinidad oil, if it is just the Trinidad or Venezuela. Food for thought. Just the other day in the Gulf, when they like all the oil and point at here down in the Gulf, Venezuela take a sample of the oil, and it was Venezuela oil. That was the Trinidad water. But it get away from the refinery. So then we stop hoodwinking who oil, who boat, who what. And when they thieving, when a bandit going to rob people, they don't go by the car firm or the foreign use the land, buy a car. They thief a car, and they go and they rob people and they burn it over the trade. So they have no expense. So the boat that the thieving or transported illegally to go by some refinery in the Caribbean or somewhere in the Middle East or somewhere in space, the boat, you can see the area where it comes from is lower down South America. Big man thing. And when it get the distress, it happened just like when there was Stephen Diesel in Trinidad. I cost you to pay a high price today. All kind of old boat, all kind of old truck and trailer, they're full of diesel in it with gravel. They put the gravel on top of the tank. So when the season is an old trailer, they care about it. So when they come about the boat and the oil, we're always supposed to say the oil will go to the lab already and test to see who oil it is, to identify it. But you see how they're covering up and doing shatter, right? And the thing about it now, the other day in Paria, they spent a certain money before that, of course, the drivers and to lose their life. They pay a contractor and they say they have the best set of equipment for oil spill. Where is it Tobago? So you see now, when it reaches international news and there's a reef and a protected area, now he had to go and talk as a stupidness for his supporters and who to hoodwink. But the reality come home now that cleanup campaign there now is over $75 million to start with, because the detergent to clean it is synthetic and it's expensive. And Rowley, you see now, I only hope the supporters and the slave catchers and MC that how he shut down the whole Coast Guard system, right? And he boasted that the other day he went on a vessel and he go on for 3 days, the best thing, and he's satisfied with it. And there's some people from Barataria, and there's a fellow from Central in Edinburgh 500 that cannot cancel the APVs and the OPVs and the fight crime, I can do this and do that. But they went and they buy 2 new cutlass. The cutlass had a breaker. The point it lost. Because where did you want to come to protect the border and the bosun? So let's see what Rowley is about and the PNM. They don't really care about anybody. And when talking about blight, he said that the Ragandil gas and no Modoro had to pay a price in Venezuela for the wickedness he do. And he falls, public what? He want referendum to say he is at top. So you see it, dictator 1 and dictator 2. Have a nice day. And it's an easy way to identify the both, you know. When I just said it was Stephen Oil, let us say now people to call action at that. And we both to have a name on it. Have a nice day.
All right. Good morning, and Mikey, Dr. Rory happened to be a geologist. So how we can't tell the difference? He went there and he told it. Is that geologist?
We have someone on the air. Morning, caller.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Are you hearing me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Oh, this is Superior calling. I just come to call Andy and you all to have good feet and good thing, and Andy speedy recovery. And well, it's Superior, a guy from Superior calling. A few times I didn't call because I had made ups and downs, but heavy on all the program, which makes sense because there is nothing else that people could project, like what all of us project to the nation, that you could have a good feat for this country. You understand, brother? So I hope Andy has a speedy recovery. You get well, right? Me and my family, my children, all of we praying for him, and we're praying for you all too. You understand that things all this say could come true, and I want to hit a little thing on this oil in the ocean there. How a boat could turn over because it didn't have no earthquake, it didn't have no hurricane, it didn't have nothing. Water calm and boat turn over. Brother, something more fishy than that because you hurry now, the Prime Minister, to go down to see about boat. He sent it 2 imps up front, Sinanan and Seotiong, to check out because they're going there to feel out Austin and the man who run in Tobago. And he run to them, they talk, then he follow after. But why you wasn't so busy? Everything is oil. 4 divers die in oil too. Them going in a chamber, oil chamber and dead. As a man had 30 years working in the oil field. You understand? And you never hurry. You always saying, well, all right, I could meet them. Up to now you meet them now, but you're busy to go down there now to see about oil. And as you all saying, it have a political thing in that. He want to get back that to Tobago seat. So when he going down there now, he go say, well, Tobago people will say, well, you see the man good, he come to think that. But when a man want power, they will spend millions and billions of dollars to hold on to power. So we only can't fool people with this boat what turn over there and all you know where the boat come from. You are Coast Guard, a big old boat. The boat, I watch the boat on the paper, the boat like it was from World War I. The boat oil, what that boat doing there? Is have any oil in Tobago waters for that boat to go and take oil? Where that boat come from? Is an alien boat? Do you understand? But the same way you busy to go and check boat, go and check the people and them who died under the ocean there and give them the blasted money. Let the family live, let the children and them come up and be something good in the life. So thanks for giving me the time, but we got talking and a damn vex. I wish I did young. Okay, bye.
It's my friend, Mel. You can't vent. You can't vent. That boat reminds me of the Ocean Flower, Mikey. You remember the Ocean Flower? Yeah, and the Cabo Star. The Ocean Flower was smoking going down to Chagaramas. So they invest small money in these vessels to, of course, make big money, comparatively speaking. And then, of course, it turns out to doing damage to the environment. The ocean floor, of course, in the atmosphere, and in this one, the seas. I'm not casting any aspersion, but that is a fair comment that having regard to all of the circumstances. Dr. Oli being, of course, a geologist, and yet couldn't discover that is, in fact, crude oil. And we have, as a people, 100 years experience in that particular industry. Something is really fishy. Good morning.
Definitely. Definitely.
Good morning. The
Hello,
lines
morning.
are open?
Hello? Morning.
Yes, the lines are open. Go ahead.
Yeah, Takari, go ahead. There's a whole boat they had in Venezuela, they, and them hungry Venezuelans, they bring it across and they throw it out there. And who ain't want to know about it, they know. And I can tell you something, the merchant bank, I hear a man in a maxi taxi talking about the merchant bank must be overflowing with money, boy, from we treasury. I know how true is that, but think about it.
The merchant bank. Hey, let me just say to the good people out there that the leader of the opposition anti-crime town hall meeting. Remember, crime affects everyone, and each and every one of you are invited to come join the conversation. That's this Monday, February 19th, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Chaguanas Borough Corporation. That's corner Cumbermatch and 8th Street in Chaguanas. It will be hosted by the Honorable Kamala Prasad Desessa and featuring Professor Selwyn Cujo and other presenters. So come and be part of the discussion, offer ideas, and ask questions. Very important. I mean, this is very,
what?
Yes. Yeah, so it's all part of the anti-crime town hall meeting. Hey, let me say a blessed morning to you, Lennox Smith. I know you had quite a hectic weekend.
Yes,
It wasn't about the festivities, it's about preparing, of course, to make that big move And I'm glad that you laid out some of the logistics that people understand how challenging it is. Also, our brother, Andy Pitbull Williams, I want to thank the good people out there who are more than willing to support. I mean, you know, you get up in the morning and that voice that hits you, that resonates with all of us, that we needed to save this country. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That powerful voice that wakes up many of us, and many of us miss it, including myself, because that in itself, it will always inspire me to get here and do my best to handle the people business. And of course, the objective is to get rid of Rowdy and this PNM blight. That's it, bottom line. And so we do miss Andy. And any assistance at all that you could render, please send him a message at 366-3053. Let's reach out. Let's help. I mean, I know it's not easy times, but whatever little that can be done, it definitely needs to be done. And there are days that many of us are not inspired to come out here. And the reality is this, and I'm not one to hold back. I try to be as professional as possible, but at times you need to express yourself openly. I don't know why, you know, with the exception of Kamala Prasad-Visessa, who's always reaching out, who's always communicating with us, always asking questions. And as a matter of fact, she's the only person who really and truly, I can tell you throughout all of this, has even recognized our ethnicity. And she says, listen, these are 3 Afro-Trinbagonian men who stand up with us through thick and thin. And she says it loud and proud. And that's why, you know, to me personally, she really has a level of understanding. But there are some players out there, for whatever reason, we are not the PNM. We are not the ones that destroy the economy and wiped out the middle class. If anything, we are trying our best with all the other patriots out there to save and make sure and to ensure that there's a future for generations to come. But I don't know your sense of hate and animosity towards us as the ground report. I don't know what we've done to you. I don't know what is your problem. I don't know if it's you're driven and engineered by your ego, but we are not your enemy. If anything, I think you have the wrong target. So, you know, when you start to express yourself about the hate and, you know, the fact that you wish we were off, and I don't know. I am sometimes surprised. I could understand this coming from the PNM, but, you know, taking a page out of Shamfa Kudro's book, you know, the worst thing is when your own dog bites you. But we continue. With the help of Sharon Amar and Robert Amar and More 104.7 Real Media, Lennox Smith, myself, Andy Williams, Newbie, and all the true patriots who have stuck by us through thick and thin. You inspire us, and we always come out here to do our best, and we will be hitting the streets soon. So, again, I want to thank you, the people. Those of you who think different, there's nothing I can do about that. I can only handle the things that I have control over. But we will continue to pray for you, and hopefully you understand that at the end of the day, what you're serving, you can never be bigger than. So, with all that said, we handle the people's business. Who's on the outside, Newbie? Let's take some of those calls.
Hello?
Oh, morning.
Good morning, Mikey, Lennox, and company. Andy, as I say, get well quick, brother. I want to make a suggestion, Lennox. If it is that you could get in touch with the UNC party, and why I'm saying this is that people may be willing to make a contribution towards Andy, but how do they go about doing it? And I want to make a suggestion that have a discussion with the leader of the opposition. Let them set up some kind of collection box or something at each MP's office of the UNC, as well as the local representative, the councillors and what other thing. I think it would be more accessible for people to go there than having to them, because we don't have a bank account or anything like that to go and make a little contribution.
That's why we made it quite clear to communicate with Andy.
Right.
It's quite simple. He would work out the logistics and particulars with you. Simply send him a message at 366-3053. So you just have a conversation with him. That's all.
Okay, Mikey, I want to even suggest something to at the end of the carnival season, you know, there is always a cry that how much people are not being paid for services that they supply during the carnival thing, and who they owe in, and always crying out some of the artists and all kind of things, service providers and whatnot. So we could expect that. But my main concern is that I want to say this, fellas, and I say this with reservation. that I feel that this oil spill something. I wonder if it is a conspiracy with Rowley and Maduro and them. And I'll tell you why I'm saying this. It's looking too inconspicuous. Like the word, the way how this thing is happening, the response from Rowley and whatnot, and during that oil spill, as Lennox mentioned, you weren't concerned about it then, it's a couple days after, and you were sitting in Balize house, when this is something of grave importance. And why I'm saying this, gentlemen, you shut down Petrotrin, $1 trillion industry, not $1 billion, $1 trillion industry, destroy the economy of Trinidad and Tobago. You destroyed, apart from that, with the sea bridge and all the other things, with the boat and all the things of Tobago, the whole economy and whatnot. So it's nothing untowards because you are a man who needs to believe in yourself and you don't care about nobody. And I am convinced that Rowley have a hand in this whole fiasco because you can't tell me a boat traveling and you must get permission to enter Trinidad water. How come we hear nothing about that? Huh? And then in a shallow area near a reef and what have you, what a cargo vessel with oil traveling in such a low-lying area, and then under the strange circumstance that it could turn over, and then you have nobody to identify who is the owner, who was on board the vessel, and nothing, no trace of nothing. So I am telling myself, this thing, Rowley, we have to investigate you and your government, because I am of the firm belief that all you in some conspiracy with Maduro and them to do this thing, because this is no ordinary thing. No way in the world this could happen and go unnoticed. So there ought to be a thorough investigation, and I feel this is sabotage that Rowley and them involved in with Maduro and them, because you know when you can't have it your way, you do it other way, and Rowley have a reputation for doing things because for the divers and all this kind of thing. So much is used, the email gate and all that kind of thing. He don't care to hell about nobody. And I honestly, this is my honest belief, that Rowley have something to do with this thing, he and the government people. Gentlemen, have a blessed day.
Thank you. Who's on the outside?
Well, those are the speculations that the government has exposed themselves to, and not for the first time. So it's a fair comment. Good morning.
Anyone there in UV, or do we?
Yeah, the lines are open. Of course, if he wishes, Mike, maybe he can play some of the voicemails.
I don't know if you can. Go ahead, Nivi.
Good morning. Hello?
Yes, good morning. I hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Good morning, Lennox and Mikey. I would like the people of Trinidad and Tobago to know that caller who called before too, that there are lots of people who support Maduro like myself, and we support the UNC. So don't come with that. You understand? It have so many people in the world they try to put it like if everybody Maduro is this big tyrant. Only I'm watching the other side of the situation what's going on. America sanctioning people because they are getting the way, and that is what's the whole problem of what taking place in Venezuela. Everybody will be saying about Maduro ain't doing nobody nothing. Maduro in charge, and America, because they can't get away in Venezuela like how they can't get it in certain countries, right? They want to bully and tell people you have to do this. Look, they want to put in the forces woman on the people. The woman who called for sanction to bring in the warships and to bring in everything in Venezuela. They want to put down lady, and if she go up, they it's not a free and fair election. They don't start this stupidness already, right? Whereas like what happened in America, Trump won the election, they put Biden. That is any right thing. You understand? When they had the election between Hillary Clinton and Trump, Hillary saying that was because of the Russians that Trump won the election. They always want to interfere in people's business, keep all the damn business by themselves in other country. No, I don't have nothing against America, but I just don't like the politics, how they like to go against the world and tell the world who to put and who not to put. Right? I have a serious problem with that, and I don't like my party be talking this nonsense about Rowley, the tyrant, and this at all, because I support Kamala, I support good government, right? I mean, say the situation going on in Venezuela is because of what the sanctions and the blockage of Venezuela are causing the whole problem over there, because they want to see a government fall, and all they have to know history too. right? Like what they do in Chile, what they do in Iran and in Mossadegh and all these different countries too, and that is their style, right? Let countries live, let countries breed, just like the man who the police who had the foot on the man's neck. Let countries breed. You understand? Have a great morning, and thanks for giving me this opportunity to make this contribution.
Suppose he's wanting to say that the referendum is a reflection of the people's will. I suppose he would say that in Venezuela. Good morning.
Morning. That
Yes,
caller
good
with don't talk. Where he from in truth? Yeah. Good morning. And then 4 million people leave a country and this man talking this other chopping this about Maduro. 4 million people could be wrong. Man, that is sick people, boy. I want to tell you what Gypsy.
That didn't exist.
Huh?
That didn't happen. That didn't happen.
I can't understand it. 4 million people you're talking about. But let me go before I start the course before Ola come from element. Yeah.
All right. Okay. You finished? All right. Of course, we continue to take your calls. There's all kinds. It's a democracy. And we will not, of course, inhibit freedom of speech, as, of course, we have been subjected to by this administration during pushback 1 and 2.
Hello, Lennox.
Yes, it's your gas that was on. Go ahead.
Wasn't 4 million left? Was 7 million left because of the sanction and the blockage and the people not getting any money and so on? You understand? That's what going on. 7 million.
All right. So before the sanction, what used to happen?
No, things was running good in Venezuela before the sanction. When this idiot called Obama started the sanctions in Venezuela in 2015, right? Obama started it. Check all the history. Don't just come and just talk and say that thing. If it is you sanction that country, what do people go do? Not run over, look for other means of getting things. Look in Trinidad, what going on in Trinidad. I used to be so shocked sometimes I pass in front of the American embassy. I've seen so much of people still looking for visas to go from here. And Trinidad is not a sanctioned country. Like people who want to talk a lot of rubbish because they don't know, they like to talk because they favor America and whatever America do is all right. Look what's going on in Argentina. This new government who come in, a fella called Javier Milei come in the country and he want to use the US dollar to do everything. The people mashing him up, he might get thrown out any day, right? Because he want to come with a tyrant kind of style that we have to deal with the US or what. But it's wrong. It can't be wrong because nobody can go into the US and meddle with their politics. So they shouldn't be doing other countries that let countries live. I don't have a problem if all get murder Maduro because Maduro not giving all they want and giving all their free reign in Venezuela. All right, but we let the people decide in Venezuela when they have elections. You understand? And you have a person that you want to back. That is America. They want to back this Maria Corina woman, right? She calling for sanctions. She calling for blockage on the country and so on. They had a long time. She had 15 years before she come back in again to nominate herself as a person who to represent the people. That is all. They have other people. They have plenty of opposition. How they just talk. They give us only one opposition they have, which is the ones who America they favor. And if they win, that is not a free and fair election. But have about 7 or 8 different parties contesting. Right? But they always want to put their horse in the race and their horse have to win. And if that horse has contest or that thing, it is not a free and fair. Right? But you can't go in America and bully them and tell them who to put as their leader at all. You can't do that. But they want to go in other countries and tell them what to do. Have a good morning.
I suppose what might be missing is that Maduro agreed. Maduro agreed.
Morning. Yeah,
Good morning.
Morning to you going forward. That fella living under the...
Lost that one?
Lost it? All right.
Maybe you let us know when we had to pay some bills.
Yeah,
Folks, don't
Maduro
forget
agreed.
again.
I know he has been egged.
Morning.
Good morning.
Hello?
Yes,
morning.
we hear you loud and clear.
Good morning. I'm calling from Florida. Morning, Mikey and Lennox and Ruby.
Morning, sir.
What is guy calling? What is guy calling talk about Trump? This guy got to be correct himself. When people suffer, the people in the country. That's why there is migration all over the world. People will leave their country to go to the next country for betterment. So when Maduro is suffering the people, they come to Trinidad, invading Trinidad. So the guy talk about Trump fight the case in every court and he lose every one. And most of them was Republican. So tell this guy what he's talking, he don't know what he's talking this rubbish. Brother man, we gotta worry about Trinidad. What the people invading the country. We be learning Spanish and speaking Spanish just now because of what Maduro is with people. That's why America don't want people to invade people's country or do not want people to leave their country. Because they're going to have a lot of trouble all over the world. People are migrating because of what? Because of the politics in their country. So, my brother, please, stop talking about Maduro, talk about everybody, talk about Trinidad, and let's get rid of the PNM people. Because, brother, man, something when I hear you, I tend to vomit. Talk to you later, man. Bye.
Everything was going fine before the sanctions, you know. We open the lines. Of course, the lines are open, and we continue to take your calls. Whilst, of course, we are preparing here on the computer, preparing, of course, some documents because we have a lot of work to do when we get across on George Street. But we'll continue, of course, to take your calls as we multitask, so to speak, this morning. I don't know. Could we play some of those voice?
Well, I think we have the ads to play, so we're going to take a short break.
As well, okay, no problem.
The ground report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrin.
The ground report.
I would think that there's been very clear that all the employees of Petrotrin will exit the company. All.
The ground report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Are you stressed and worried by problems? Then meet Priest Santosh Ji. Priest is specialized in palm, face, photo, date of birth reading, and gives solutions to problems in marriage, relationship, love, business, job, health, and removes all black magic, negativity, bad luck permanently, and gives good luck and lifelong protection. Then call Priest Santosh Ji 384-3844. That's 384-3844.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
Hey, you! Yes, you! Need quality printing at affordable prices? Then look no further. At Graphic Source, we've got you covered. Take your project to the next level for all your designs and printing needs. From t-shirt printing to labels, signs, and banners. Look no further. Business stamps, flyers, tickets, and invites, just to name a few. With 2 convenient locations. Eastern Main Road, St. Augustine, opposite Massey's Stores. And Arima Shopping Center, Broadway Street, Arima. Contact us today. 342-2664, 270-0428, or 360-8917. Graphic Source, your #1 source. You name it, we design it and print it.
A lucky homeowner will win a brand new car. Yes! A brand new Mitsubishi Xpander Cross. Yes, park in your 4-vehicle parking space. Limited availability. Get in a gear with DG Homes' newest gated community, Daniel Estate. The oasis of Cunupia will satisfy your needs for a new lifestyle. Beautifully designed, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, modern interior, sophisticated finishings, with superbly manicured landscaped green spaces, front and backyard included, starting at $1.65 million. Call now and book a viewing. 691-5659. Beautiful home, beautiful car, beautiful life. Home is DG Homes, Daniel Estate, Cunupia.
6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Join Andy Williams, Michael Kerr, and Lennox Smith, the Ground Report team on M1047 as they rip apart the lies, half-truth, and misinformation that the mainstream media never discuss. The Ground Report. Hard-hitting, informative, undiluted, uncompromising, and unfiltered. Monday to Friday on M104.7 FM. Get the raw facts before making any life-changing decisions. Only on The Ground Report.
We are back. Lennox, pleasant good morning again to each and everyone. Quite interesting. Lennox, perhaps you want to give them the numbers so they can get in on the inside. And don't forget again, folks, next Monday, February 19th, you want to check out what's going on.
Yes, indeed. We are back. We are back. Yes.
Yeah, with the leader of the opposition.
8:46. Yes. The numbers to call, of course. Yeah, don't forget to call Andy, send a note for him, and he will respond. I'm certain of it. He's that kind of guy. 366-3053, 366-3053. That's the number to call him. To text him at about your concerns and well wishes for his speedy return to the Ground Report, because we too miss him, as Mikey rightly has announced to you. Let's go.
Let me just let the good people know that the leader of the opposition anti-crime town hall meeting, where crime affects everyone. You, by the way of that, you're invited to come join the conversation. That's this Monday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's Monday, 19th February. Chaguanas Borough Corporation is the venue, corner Cumberbatch and Tate Streets in Chaguanas. It's going to be hosted by the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bissessa, SCMP, featuring Professor Selwyn Kojo and other presenters. So come be part of the discussion, offer ideas, and ask questions.
And I'll let you know as well that, of course, consequential of the move that we have to make to George Street, of course, we are preparing the Ground Report, and of course all the interest parties, 1,000-page thereabout of plans, programs, initiatives, past and present, and future, to address the question of crime. That is something we have been working on for some time, because we know that we are part of this society, and therefore we have to, if crime is the number one issue in the country, because no matter how prosperous you may be, if you cannot live to, of course, enjoy your prosperity, makes no sense. And Kamala Prasad Bissessa has expressed that, and therefore many of the plans and programs in terms of addressing crime is designed to address exactly that. It is a multifaceted, multi-dimensional issue, and therefore you must have a multi-pronged and multi-dimensional approach to this whole matter, inclusive, of course, of some specific legislative action that will be superior to that of what this government has been bandying about, and that is, of course, no bail and anti-gang and so on. No. It is much more sophisticated than that and simpler. But we will reveal in due course. That being as well, of course, 229-0251, 229-0251, and of course 239-5120 That's the other number, 2395120. And of course, to get Andy as well, but of course, to send a voice note now, of course, 366 3053. 366-3053. And I want to thank, of course, all of those persons this morning who made suggestions as to how we can, of course, directly impact on and assist Andy. Well, of course, you can do so by, of course, leaving a little note. He will communicate with you. 366-3053. That's the WhatsApp number that he has committed, his personal number, to the program, and it shows that he has not only a devotion that is exceptional, but certainly a commitment that no one can question. So we go to the lines.
Hello. Morning again. Mikey, morning.
Good morning.
There's a big difference between a politician and an ordinary man. Donald Trump showed you that in 2016 when he beat all them veteran politicians. Because he was an ordinary man. Politicians trained to put political spin on everything. Trump wasn't trained for that. He beat them with natural answers. It's the same thing happened with Rowdy and Farley. Rowdy just go there with the political spin and Farley's answer easy as a common layman and tie him up. And he getting under his skin now till he reach his stage. Imagine he called the big man a little boy, have respect for your elders, and this kind of nonsense. Farley reducing he to a common layman. That's what's going on with he political spin, Carmen and Tobago. Farley bringing he down to he level as an ordinary man. That's it for all this. Be going again. Can't go put no spin there again. Because he's dealing with a man who could handle him 10 times smarter than he. Because he's an ordinary man. Thanks for the call.
Hey, thank you. I think we have some voice notes there, Nubi. Go right ahead. There's some voice notes.
Morning. Mikey K. Lennox Smith. This is Preacher here. I would like to have a 5 minutes on the program during this Lenten season. Okay, this is a preacher, right? You're no stranger. So I'd like to give me a thing, Lennox. People who just call it, they could call him. He's from the area where I live in Crown Chitagariba. Give me a good time, 5 minutes, only 5 minutes more to speak on a program. No big thing, but it's serious. And Lennox, this man wish you the very best. You know each other well from Parliament. Okay? Have a speedy recovery. And I want to give you a little key of words, wisdom. Right? And I'll get right. You will call me on my phone number. Mikey, they'll give you my number. Okay? And I'll visit you in a personal and a wise manner in Trinidad and Tobago. Not easy here, you know. So I know these things, right? In and out of the Veritas party line. Okay, have a good day.
My friend, you could always get that. You'll always get that. I know you're listening. It goes without saying.
Yeah, enough. Morning. There's a situation that happened in Grandy on Friday. There's a big music truck. Like during the daytime at broad daylight. The number of the truck is TBA 8116. The truck will come through Grandy and cause one big set of traffic jam. And nobody will do nothing about it. And secondly, when it finds a parking spot, they will start the music so loud in front of you that your whole body will start to shake up. Was this music truck paid for by the government with taxpayers' money? And if so, is that what taxpayers' money is used for? To torment and terrorize people? To shake up that music, to shake up people's lives, so man. What kind of nastiness is this, boy? Big daylight on a Friday, and if you hear that thing, Lennox, oh God, boy, shaking up your body, boy. Who doing this nastiness, boy? Was taxpayers' money used to torment taxpayers in this country? Boy, somebody have to deal with that in Lennox. Thank you very much.
Hello? Lennox? Are you hearing me?
Are we live? Well, if we are live, yes, I'm hearing you. I thought we were still on.
Yes,
on news. Yes. Go ahead.
Something on my mind quite a while now with the union and the government. If you listen to Bob Marley tune, your worst enemy could be your best friend. And your best friend, your worst enemy. The reason why I'm saying this, you shut down Petrotrin, the whole field, and you send home a lot of workers home. The union come back and make arrangement that they want to buy the refinery. Okay? You talk nice to them, you say this in both all of them, you will get the refinery. But remember, the union tell you that they will create 5,000 jobs. Oh God, what kind of man is that? People could have been happy from Sando come right down to Point Cedros. Give the people you had the refinery. Lennox, I want you to give me an answer on that right now. I don't want to talk too long, but give me an answer on that. What I just correct me, tell me I'm wrong in saying this or right in saying that. The union could have created 5,000 jobs. And you blank that. Nobody want to buy your refinery. Guyana refusing you because they say they want to build their own small refinery that the people in the country could survive. Oh God, what kind of human being we have in this life now, boy? Answer me, Lennox, answer me. Give me an answer, please. Thank you.
Well, whether the voice note or not, I want to tell you, yes, I'm sure that all will agree with you that this is a very untenable situation and is very nefarious, evil, wicked, and diabolical.
I study this man.
And they must pay for it. Yes.
This man in truth. I study this man in truth. This man went to America and took cyber security, border security. You understand? And watch what taking place now with the borders now, boy. A boat come from nobody knows. But them have to give you that, boy. Lennox, only I want to let a call Shadow, call somebody who affiliated with the sea, could give you a proper explanation. Because I would like to know the east, the west, the north, and the south, which location and where that boat come from. Trust me, everybody would like to know that. Because a boat without a crew sailing on the sea, Lennox, can't reach far, you know. Because once you're in the Atlantic Ocean, with the kind of wave and the kind of thing that's be taking place up there, that boat going at the bottom, and no current and push that boat and put it where it is man operating machinery, put that boat there. And for it to put that boat there, right money. It was a certain Chinese man right now who was a former so and so. He all the iron from Shaga must go right round the country. They're just taking up and the thing and all. You know what going on, and all they just playing all you know what going on and you just paying all you know, everybody on money, and the poor man mustn't get none, and the rich must get richer, and the poor must get poorer. That's what the whole thing is about.
All right. Well, we're almost wrapping up here, Lennox. I know that Mr. X
yes,
is in
just
the
have
building.
about 5 minutes or 4 minutes, really.
Just to let the good people know that tonight, yes, the Observer is on. I will be on. Yes, the Observer will be on at 7 p.m. Guile TV, Flow, Amplia, Tigo, YouTube, Facebook, 7 p.m. And Lennox, I believe you're going to be on at 8 p.m.
Yes, 8 p.m. Yes, tonight, the corridor transformation. Yes.
Right, so folks, no excuse. It continues. It's Ash Wednesday. It's Valentine's Day to all the good folks out there, but we continue with doing the people's business, regardless of how some people may feel or whatever it is that they are motivated or inspired by. But we are committed and dedicated, regardless of who you are. I want you to hear this as crystal clear as possible. We are not giving up. Giving up and failure is not an option. The ground report with the true patriots of this country are set and ready. We'll have more information for you, let's say by Friday, as we meet over the weekend with Robert Amar, the chairman of the Pushback Committee, and what's going to take place on Monday, March 18th, what you can expect, and what role we expect you to play as well. But you can start sharing that date, Monday, March 18th. And I want to make something quite clear. If you know that you can't handle the powder, you know that you're afraid the mass, well, hear what? This is not for you. We are going all out. I want to make that absolutely clear. We are going all out. And again, to assist our brother, Andy Pitbull Williams, please, you can hit him up via message on 366-3053. Send him a text message or WhatsApp 366-3053. Well, we are out of here. Coming up next, Mr. X, Robert Amar, take you through the mid-morning session with Sense and Sensibility. And of course, let me say a happy birthday to the man dubbed the King of the Airwaves, Mr. Kingsley, celebrating his 46th birthday today, the big 4-6. So Kingsley, on behalf of everyone, happy birthday. Do enjoy. Until tomorrow, folks, God willing, we are out of here.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Disclaimer. More FM Limited, its owners and associates, accepts no responsibility for statements made by the talk show hosts or their guests. More FM Limited does not endorse any of the information provided during this commercially booked segment as the truth. That you have to judge for yourself. We, however, reserve the right to question statements made. But in this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and corruption, it is sometimes hard to get the truth. But we must try. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech, to voice our opinion, and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of others.
You're smart and change your tires to handle the nation's wet roads. After all, you don't want to be the one to cause any accidents, do you? So why not check out Racetrack Wheels right now? They're the only one that gives you quality tires to hold the road properly. And to top it off, Racetrack Wheels carries all sizes of tires for all makes of vehicles. They are the sole distributors for